Do you have any favorite stories from the road of what's the weirdest gig you did? Can you
weirdest
think of
gig? The weirdest gig I did was at this place in kind of mid-northern Iowa. There was this live music room on one side and a strip club on the other.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if they liked the band, they had a collapsible wall that they would pull out and you would play for the dancers. However, the dancers were not quality dancers. They were just, they fit what it was supposed to be.
Okay.
They had anatomically all of the parts.
Yeah.
Right.
Would you say, man, I want to see their parts?
Right.
You know, and it was personal taste.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I did not want us to be very good that night.
Right.
Let's
Shut the wall. Shut
Let's
the
get out
wall.
of here.
Shut the wall. Shut the
get out
wall. If you play not to get the girls, you won't get the girls.
And so that's
a strange gig.
Yeah.
All right, here we are, boys. Fender, Gibson. How's the going?
Going well, Ray.
Doing well, Raymond.
You know, there's like 7 days out of the 365 days in Iowa where absolutely everything is perfect. And we are like smack dab into the middle of that Goldilocks period right now. The weather's perfect.
It's perfect. We should be out riding bikes, mowing the lawn, but we're in here podding.
Yeah.
72 and sunny.
No humidity. There's almost no breeze. I mean,
So
it's
nice.
just so nice.
For guys like you, does it get kind of boring? I mean, there's nothing happening in the rain gauge.
Yeah, you know.
Nothing to check.
Right.
Yeah, it's
Right.
nothing but bluebird skies, and
Yeah.
it's got to make you a little bit
Nothing to
nervous. You're just
report.
waiting for the other shoe to drop in your.
Exactly.
Tornado season will be here soon enough.
Yeah.
Then you're fully engaged.
Right.
So maybe you appreciate this.
Give me
downtime.
something to wake up and
Yeah,
think about.
Exactly.
Did you guys have a good weekend?
Fantastic. Yeah, really good. Spring game yesterday, I guess. Or is it spring practice? What do they call it? It's not as much of a game. You went in, John. I did
Yeah,
not.
it's a practice. It's not a spring football game, but
Yeah.
it's a chance to see the kids running around on pads in the stadium. So
But, of course, the Rose Club and Steve Eliason will never, waste a weekend or an opportunity to gather folks together. So given that there was a Hawkeye event going on and also him being a very generous soul, he invited us to have a bit of a tailgate at his place, the Rose Club, and also celebrate the graduation of some kids.
The dads and grands.
Exactly.
yeah, and we have
exactly.
retirees in the group.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
we don't
That's right.
exclude
So
them.
plenty of reasons to get together and eat some good food and have a few beers and some shenanigans. And I think thank you, Steve, for setting that up. And I know Emma, who's going to graduate soon, and Kelsey.
Yep, and Ava.
Really appreciated that.
We
Yeah.
all three have graduates this year.
We do.
Yeah,
I mean,
tis the season.
collectively, we're getting off the hook on some major tuition.
Oh,
which we
man.
performed.
It's going to feel like I got more money for bikes and other
Right.
things.
Yeah, Hey, and we got to give a shout out to Steph, who did a beautiful cake and a nice
Yeah, that was a
tailgate
great
spread.
cake, yeah.
She was all into it. It was
Somehow
great.
she managed to get everybody's name, retirees and grads, all on the cake. So
Yeah.
Steve, Brian,
Yeah.
Emma, Kelsey, Ava, all were squeezed on there. It was great.
Yeah.
And this just wasn't any old cake. This was a cake. And then there was a layer of chocolate sauce. And
Right.
then there was a layer of chocolate fluff.
Right.
And then there
Pudding
was.
or I don't know. Yeah, some sort of cream stuff. Yeah.
And then there was more cake.
So good.
It was a celebration
Yeah.
of chocolate.
And there was
more.
also a celebrate because the girls, as kind of their grad party, they wanted the dads to participate in a drinking game.
Oh, my God.
It's popular for them. So we partook in this, and Brad was the big winner.
I
Is
was.
it a winner? When
Yeah,
you get
I
the-
guess so. I think that's the winner. You get the prize in the middle.
It's
So
kind of like a beer pong game where there's little drinks to be had as the game goes on, and then there's
Yeah.
what's called a boom cup in the middle that is
Yeah.
full of all kinds of
Right.
and Brad won it.
I
He got
won.
to drink the whole thing
Yeah.
while the girls chanted. And
it was great.
Right.
It was great.
Wait, at one time, the three of us were standing out in the backyard, and John goes, "Oh Jesus!" And Elias came by with a bottle of Malort.
Right. Right. No, we had all the things. We had the Malort. We had what's it called? Rage Cage? Is that the name of the game? Something like that.
I do think they called it that. I believe it might have been called Bitch Cup when they played it in the old days, but they had a new name for it today. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, Steve did not let the moment go by. He
No.
knew exactly what his mission
Yeah.
was.
He
But
had it
as
chilled.
we're prone to do, they made us play their beer game. So once the tailgate was kind of winding down, it was kind of a watershed moment in Iowa City this weekend. After a little hiatus,
Yes.
Deadwood was reopened.
True. We had to understand that better.
So they had some college friends at the tailgate who had not experienced the Deadwood. So we had a chance to take the girls and some of their friends down and show them Tang Bombs and
Yeah.
reintroduce them. So
By all accounts.
yeah,
They
we
were all- they
handled
were
their boom cup better than they handled our Tang bombs, I think.
True.
All right, boys. I made a potion for you
Yeah.
called the College Kids Irish Car Bomb.
Yes.
Now this is a bottle of Guinness. We did the draft version, and then we did a Buzzball Biggie, which was a chocolate marshmallow type of thing.
Yeah.
You do 2 shots of that into the Guinness, and then in honor of Cinco de Mayo, I hit mine with a little Prairie Fire cinnamon
Yeah,
schnapps.
that's one does.
Yeah,
Sure.
so it's
Yeah.
like a little chocolatey, creamy, cinnamony, churrosy chocolate.
It's got all the things you want.
Horchata type thing going on.
Yeah.
Right. So, what do you think? Is it
Delicious. It was
yeah,
very
it
good.
is.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Had a little chocolate milkshake vibes going on, or
Yeah.
very good.
Really,
Fantastic.
Not mad.
In the reason that I brought it, Brad, was because it is just 2 things. It's the Buzzball,
Right.
it's
It's a recipe I can remember.
right. It's the Guinness and it's the Buzzball.
So there's no water.
Right.
Yeah, no water involved. Nothing crystallized that needs to be mixed in. It's just all ready to go.
All right. Well, we've got a guest today, so we're going to get to it. Maya Angelou once said, "Words mean more than what's set down on paper, but it takes a human voice to infuse them with a deeper meaning." And our guest today has one of those rare, soulful voices, one that doesn't just sing the lyrics, but brings them to life and connects them straight to the heart. He's a true working musician, performing in an incredible 350 to 400 shows a year, something that's remarkable in any profession, let alone the most demanding profession as a musician. He's earned numerous awards. He's played festivals all across the world, both as a solo artist and with his band, The Instigator. His accolades include Best in Festival Entertainer multiple times. He's won the Blues Challenge in the state of Iowa, and he's inducted into the Iowa Blues Hall of Fame. One of the most defining moments of his career came at the International Blues Challenge in Memphis, Tennessee, where he competed in a contest of more than 200 blues performers over the course of 5 days. When it was all said and done, he brought home the Lee Oscar Best Harmonica Player Award, the Cigar Box Guitar Award for Most Promising Young Acoustic Act, and to top it all off, won the competition's highest honor, Best Solo Blues Artist. His voice has been compared to legends as Bill Withers and Aaron Neville, but I'll let you be the judge of it, ladies and gentlemen. Kevin Burt.
Wow, man, that dude sounds like he's done some stuff.
Kevin, all right, listen, I usually am really good at remembering stories and details, but I'm going to try to walk through how I think I met you, and just for this first part, say it might be possible, that can't be possible, or that's not the way I remember it. It doesn't have to be exactly that. But I think the first time I met you was in 1992. Is that possible?
That is possible.
Okay.
All right. I think I met you in 1992 in the Ped Mall in Iowa City.
That's possible.
All right. I think the guy that introduced me was named Curtis. I think it was Curtis Barney, and he played football at Iowa Wesleyan.
Yes.
And he was a bass player.
Yes.
All right. So that's possible. So Curtis played in about a dozen bands, and he'd introduced me to other people. And when he introduced me to you, he did not say you were a musician. Were you a musician in 92?
I think I was just getting introduced to the concept of it. I had just moved here. I had just gotten out of college myself. And the Instigators, I think, formed in like October of 91. So I was still in pursuit of a professional football career.
Right.
You know, I had just gotten cut from a team in Canada, the Hamilton Tiger Cats. And I played center and nose guard in college. And so I was an All-American center, and I was all-conference and all-district on both sides of the ball.
Iowa Wesleyan dude?
Iowa Wesleyan is where I started. I finished at Huron University in South Dakota.
Oh, okay.
Right? And my true senior year, I was a preseason All-American. I had gotten some letters from some NFL teams saying, "We see you."
Okay.
I was built oddly for a short offensive lineman.
Yeah.
You know, the anatomical man, your wingspan
Right.
is your height.
Right.
If my wingspan equaled my height, that'd be 6'5".
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And so at 5'11", I extend to block somebody,
Right.
and they can't figure out why they can't reach me
Yeah.
to get rid of me.
Right.
Playing defense, I don't have to be blazing fast. If my hand gets on you,
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull you down.
Right.
And so I used to love when somebody would tell me they were faster than me, because every running back I ever got up off of
Right.
was faster than me.
All right, let me finish out this journey here. All right.
All right.
So I met you in 92. The next time I saw you was in early 94, and you were on top of the Magic Bus. Is that possible?
That is very possible.
So the reason I'm telling this story is, and you had like a couple thousand people in the palm of your hand. They were enjoying the moment. The reason I'm telling the story is because you basically went in 2 years from just kind of dabbling in music to having a huge crowd of people in the palm of your hands. That is absolutely amazing to me. That is never lost on me, because everybody I've known that's been in a band had piano lessons, had guitar lessons, had vocal lessons, had, wanted to have a rock and roll band. They had it when they were 14. You did that like in 2 years.
20 months.
Right. Music found me. Music saved my life. When football's done with you, you can't call football on the phone. Just be like, hey, baby, let's go get coffee. Let's just snuggle tonight. I just need somebody to talk to. Yeah. Football don't care. Football's we done. There's no pickup football games. You can't pretend to still play football.
Yeah.
I tried playing like in some of the like flag football leagues and everything, but I was too violent.
Yeah.
And I still wanted to hit people.
Right.
That was not for me. And so I had always defined myself as that, and I was really, I was in at that time. I was probably in probably one of the darkest places I've ever been in my life, personally. Music saved my life.
Who was the person that said, "Hey, we need a singer"?
My boss, named Ethel Madison, Eric Madison. He's a drummer around here.
Okay.
And went to college or went to high school. He's lifer here in Iowa City. His mother was my boss at one of the jobs that I had when I moved here. And she heard me singing in an office one day while I was doing some paperwork. I was singing to a Luther Vandross album, and she stuck her head, "Damn, boy, you can sing." I was like, whatever. Yeah, whatever. She's like, "No, my son is putting together a blues band. You need to come audition."
Oh, wow.
Okay. And you had not done any music, band, or anything growing up?
I did not think I could sing.
Yeah.
Period. I didn't sound like Teddy Pendergrass. I didn't sound like Luther Vandross to me.
Yeah.
And so, no, it just was not on my list.
For people that know you, that have seen you and heard you, this is going to be amazing, because in such a short amount of time, you went from being an amazing singer. Somewhere along the line, you picked up a guitar, became a really good guitar player, and won the Oscar Blues Harmonica. I mean,
I picked up the guitar and the harmonica the same day.
Okay. Did you?
Yeah, and so anytime you try and learn language outside of your comfort zone,
Yeah.
and music's a language.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's just you're using a tool to say it, but there's a written pattern to everything, and if you can hear it, a lot of times you can find it. At least that's how my head works.
Yeah.
And plus, I'd watched other people play, and there's nothing special about them.
Right.
I've seen some idiots pick up a guitar and make it sound like heaven, and they're absolute idiots.
Right.
And if they can do it, it can be done.
Right.
And so, hard-headed athlete. If I do this, if I ran this play, if we ran it one time, and I sucked, I better not ever let it happen again.
Right.
That's athlete mentality. If I play this song and it sucks, it won't the next time.
Yeah, you figure out how to do it. Well, I appreciate you going through that exercise. I've known you for a long time. I wouldn't say, you and I've went out and had dinner or anything like
Right.
that, but I've known you for a long time. And we have some roots in different areas. But it just absolutely amazes me from when I was introduced to you, and you're a cool dude, man. You were really super nice to me, to the time I saw you up on top of the Magic Bus. I was like, what the hell happened? Like, it was like rock and roll dust sprinkled on your head. You were not necessarily the same dude. You were quiet and reserved when I met you, and when you're on top of the bus, you were a rock star.
I had to create a persona.
Yeah.
Because I'm a homebody. I'm a quiet and reserved person. You just can't be entertaining and be that.
Right. Can't be on all the time.
No.
Yeah.
And so for the folks in Iowa, they met on stage a guy that went by the name of Kevin B.F. Burt.
BF. I remember that. I remember the BF.
All right. Not everybody understood what the BF stood for. But I got the nickname, had nothing to do with music. My brother Kerry played strong safety here at the University of Iowa
Yes.
back in the day.
Yeah.
When he first got here, he was just recruited as an athlete.
Yeah.
Kerry was Mr. Everything in the state of Iowa
For
the year
those
that he graduated.
for those that don't know Iowa football, being recruited as an athlete is a high honor, super high honor. It means there's no ceiling on you.
Yeah.
We got a lot we can do with you.
So
Right.
put it this way: in one game, when Kerry in high school, they were playing against Mason City. In that one game, Kerry accounted for 1,044 yards
Wow.
in one game
Yeah.
between his punt returns, kick returns, receiving,
Yeah.
rushing, passing, and punts.
Wow.
He accounted for over 1,000 yards in one game.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
And I was like, who does that? And it was ridiculous. Look, when people talk about video game stuff,
Yeah.
Kerry did that.
Where did you go to high school?
Waterloo West.
West. When you go to that field today, have you been back to the field in a while?
Oh, they're getting ready to change everything.
Yeah,
man.
they're going to merge it. But when you go to that field, they have posters of everybody that went to the pros from West
Yeah.
and to college. And it is amazing the people that came out of that program in
Yeah.
the 80s. It is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, man. And so I said, I never made a roster, but I got my opportunity. And I grew up in the shadow of two, like my eldest brother, Sean. Sean had like a 48-inch vertical leap. And so this dude, he was 6'1",
Wow.
and he's the only person that has a wingspan longer than mine that I know. And he was only 6'1", but he's the only person he could walk behind me and reach around me and like bear hug me over my shoulders.
Yeah.
Other people have tried to surprise me like that, and their hands stop about
Don't quite make it.
And so I'm a wide dude, man, and so like Sean, there's a picture of him when he was in high school at the state tournament, and a ball had bounced off the back of the rim, and the photographer from the Gazette or the Register
Yeah.
took the picture through the backboard, and what you see is like the rim and a bunch of hands about rim height, and then you see my brother Sean catching a basketball and looking down into the rim,
Yeah.
about to dunk off of a rebound. And let me tell you, I was at that game, and when he threw it down, when it went, boom, it was so loud that it sounded like silence.
Yeah.
It was amazing. It just was the place erupted.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Sean was the most athletic in our family out of the fellas. Kerry was the most coachable.
Okay.
And I just didn't look like I was supposed to be able to do a damn thing because I was the short, fat one.
So,
But I could dunk a basketball.
dude, you're
I
in
ran
pretty
a
good
4.9 40.
shape. When I met you, you're in pretty good shape. dude.
I was a monster, and this is messed up.
So did you
Are
get
you
the
gonna
BF
tell-
nickname in
Yeah,
college?
Okay,
Yeah. So I was
BF.
going
Let
to
me
let's get to
that.
BF. Yeah.
Kerry, his roommate was Kevin Harmon.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I walk into his room first day I go to visit
Yeah.
Kerry in college, and Ronnie Harmon and Kevin Harmon are standing in the room.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Hey guys, I want you to meet my little brother." And they both look at me, and they look at him, they look back at me, and look back at him, and in stereo go, "This big fucker's your little brother." And it'd have been cool if it would have stopped right there. Now I'm a freshman in high school, mind you. It would have been cool if it had stopped right there, but it went all the way to Hayden Fry. That was the response from everybody,
No way.
including Hayden Fry.
Yeah.
This big fucker's your little brother. And so I became affectionately known to the entire sporting everything, basketball players. Anytime I'd come to visit Kerry, "Hey, big fucker, let's go do this. Hey, big fucker, big fucker, big fucker." I was not his little brother.
Right.
Yeah.
And so fast forward, I get done with college. I end up moving here. I end up getting cut. I end up singing. One of my first shows happened to be at the Vine the night of the spring game.
Okay. So I just had
Alumni.
that
Yeah,
yesterday. Yeah.
Alumni
Here we
all
are.
over the place, man.
Right.
And these brothers come in, and women basketball players,
Okay.
and I'm singing a song. And at that time, I would wear my hat down as close to my eyes as I could, and I'd set the microphone just under my chin, And I put my head down and I sing the song, sing. Next song, sing. And that was the personality that was on stage. And I held my pant leg because I didn't know what to do with my hands.
Yeah.
After the first song that we did that night, I look up and the back of the room looks like an all-star poster. Sing that song, big fucker!
Right.
Big fucker! and they're screaming this. Yeah. And the band is like, who they mad at? Why they mad at you? I'm like, nah, they love me. Those are my people. And so the problem is I do a lot of work in the community. You can't be a big fucker working with people's kids.
Right.
So BF was born.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you knew what BF stood for,
Right,
Yeah.
you knew.
you knew.
Yeah.
But if you didn't, it was just BF. I could be
Okay.
your best friend. I could be big and fuzzy. I could be,
Yeah.
you know,
Fill it up with whatever you want to.
What you fill in the blank.
Man,
Now,
Whatever
if you hear
BF
that these
stands
days
for.
at a gig, you know they're the OG fans of yours.
Yeah, and so
Yeah.
I don't run away from it, but I don't
Yeah.
use it. I don't have to use it because Kevin Burt is enough.
Yes.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
know,
Let me throw some flowers at you, man. Do you ever think about how many nonprofits you have helped that have started like in P.O. boxes or just like in the conference rooms of libraries, 6 people sitting around wanting to help the community. They came up to you and said, hey, could you do 30 minutes to try to get people to come to our first event? How many organizations has that been? I've seen you.
To this day, I try to make time for everyone that asks. Because the things that make a community cool and unique are how we treat each other.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And most nonprofits are trying to fix a problem that a community has.
Yeah.
And if it's a problem for the community, let's address it. Let's not run away from it.
Right.
Let's what can we do to help? And if I can draw enough people to turn their heads and go, okay, Kevin Burt's playing, but what's this?
Yeah.
And they at least get the information, they can make a decision at that point. And so, yeah, I count on this community. I've counted on this community to support me in doing what I do. Shame on me if I don't support this community back.
Dude, I don't
That's
know.
awesome.
I think musicians, I think this is a good musician community. I mean, the people that are around here are pretty good, but there's nobody, I don't think, that's even close to what you have done for nonprofits and helping this community, man. You are like the number one face of the Mount Rushmore of helping nonprofits around here. And I thank you 1,000 times for making this place a better place.
Like I said, man, I know what it feels like to, like, folks don't know, like, my first handful of months in this community, I was homeless. I moved from South Dakota. Me and friends rented a house for $175, 3-bedroom house.
Okay.
Utilities paid.
Okay.
And so that's what I thought rent was.
Yeah.
We split it 3 ways. I was just like, honestly, that ain't too bad. I can do that on my own if I get a job.
Right.
Man, I moved here. Yeah, it's going to be the cheapest place I could find with $400.
Yeah.
First month, last month, and security deposit.
Yeah.
So I needed to pay $1,200. I had 5 jobs.
Yeah.
Did none of them pay me for the first 4 weeks. So for the first month that I was here, I lived in my car,
Wow.
a little orange Pinto.
Okay.
And luckily I had a job that I had keys to. So I'd leave for most of the day after work, then come back at like 2 in the morning, get a couple hours sleep at the window that faced east.
Yeah.
When the sun came up, I'd get up, I'd clean up any mess, vacuum the floor, put all the chairs back, go to the field house because it was free to go to the
Yeah.
field house.
Yeah.
I'd work out, take a shower,
Shower up.
Yeah.
show back up to work.
Oh.
And I got away with that for the first month so that I could make enough money
Yeah.
to be able to
set up.
afford to move into a place here.
Right.
So not everybody's situation
Yep.
is a choice.
Right.
Sometimes it is what it is because of the moment. And I was too embarrassed to ask for help. I'm sure somebody would have said, yeah, man, let me, I'll loan you the money. I was too embarrassed,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure any musician out there that hears 250 dates, 300
Gigs.
isn't surprised gigs. Yeah, they know who you are. But there have been times in the summer where I've seen you out in front of Ginsberg's at 11 to 1. And then it's like on a Friday, and then we go up to watch the Colonels. We'll stop into Checkers, grab a quick beer, a little something to eat before we go to the Colonels game.
Happy hour.
And then after the Colonels game, we'll go out to Club 76. you're there. You're there at Ginsberg's. You're there at Checkers. You're there at Club 76. And that's never left you, has it? That work
No.
ethic, that hustle?
No, I mean, my family says it's cool for me to do this. You know, if I don't produce, it ain't cool for me to do this.
Right.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's not so that you can do everything that you want, but if I can't make the world a better place for my kids, if I can't make sure that they don't have my experiences growing up, they don't experience poor at the level that I knew poor to be,
Right.
you know, then I'm not doing better. And I've never been afraid to work,
Right.
you know, but I'm doing something I love.
Right.
And work ain't that hard when you love what you do.
That's
Brad, before we pressed record here, Brad said that he saw you officiate a wedding one time.
Yeah.
And
That's
actually gig, and your daughters also played with you.
Yeah.
So you've been a good example to them. Like, work hard and do what you love, and success will find you. Happiness will find you.
Well, you know, happiness that's the one thing that's always worth pursuing, in my opinion. You know, I did an opening show for a fella named David Honeyboy Edwards. David Honeyboy Edwards was one of the last people on the planet to see Robert Johnson alive.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so Mr. Edwards, he was only 14 years old at the time. When I met him, he was 87, and he was still playing 125 dates a year.
Wow. Yeah.
And I opened for him at the Wheel Room, and it was really, really early in my solo career. And so not a lot of people had seen me play, heard me play solo. And I got done with my little 30-minute set. Crickets. Not boos, not applause, just people staring at me. Silence.
Right.
I said, thank you. And I went to walk off the stage, and Mr. Edwards, we're at the Wheel Room, and so I'm walking off the stage, stood right at the bottom of the steps, right in the middle, and he waited for me to look him in the eye, and he smiled, and he said, boy, if you play for applause, that's all you're going to ever get.
Right.
All right.
You did just fine.
Yeah. Man. That's got to feel good coming from somebody you respect.
Well, it took a minute for me to process. I said, thank you. And I smiled and I walked past him and I sat down and I thought about what he had just said to me. You made comments earlier, you know, hey, you know, we don't get as many girls. But if you played music to get girls, you
Right.
do that.
That's
You do that.
right.
If you played to get free drinks,
You can,
get as many free drinks as you want.
Right.
If you play for applause, you're going to hear something.
Yeah.
But what are you really doing this for? What's your why?
Right.
And if your why is bigger than that, and it better be,
Right.
you'll get there. It's not a quick trip. It's not an overnight thing, but you'll get there. You have to just keep doing it for that reason. That has to be your why always. And so my why is always, you know, make sure my family's good. Make sure that I get to do some of the things that I want to do. You know, that I get invited to go to places that I can't afford to get to. And when I get there, they pay me to be there.
Right.
That's cool as hell.
yeah. Yeah.
I get to go to the Netherlands in a few weeks.
Awesome.
I get to go later this summer. I get to go to Romania.
Okay.
That was
Not on your
to
list.
do. Yeah. But they're going to pay me really well to come to Romania and perform
That's fabulous.
for 150,000 people. I'm good with that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know?
You know, so you talked about learning how to play guitar and harmonica is kind of learning a foreign language. And I can totally understand that analogy. But the thing that amazes me most about you, that there's hundreds of thousands of musicians that can't do this that you've done, is you also write your own music.
Oh, yeah.
So you can kind of figure out mathematically how chords go together and how things are supposed to go in your
You're
ear.
making it way more complicated.
But
Way more complicated.
lyrics are tough, man.
No, they're stories, man. They're really not. No, let's do this.
All right.
Okay.
All right?
Love it.
Right here, right now.
So Kevin's getting out his guitar.
You tell me the ingredients for the concoction that we're drinking. Okay?
Oh, okay.
Tell me the ingredients.
All right. So we got Guinness from Ireland, and we got a Biggie's Buzzball from God knows where.
Yeah. I don't know if we want to know where that's from.
But it's kind of like a little high octane chocolate liqueur. So yeah. So yeah,
Guinness
chocolate,
Guinness,
chocolate, and
Biggie's
Ireland.
Buzzball. Yeah.
Ireland, chocolate, cream. Yeah.
So Kevin is tuning up he's got a steel guitar, a resonator guitar.
This was the guitar that I played at the International Blues Challenge.
Yeah. So he's a great sound. He's tuning it up. We're ready.
All right. So you take a moment and you take what you see, and then you find something that pulls it together. So sitting around talking to my friends, yeah. Cause somebody made the call. I just sitting around talking with my friends. Cause somebody made the call. Sit down and relax. Pour a little Guinness. And something from a Biggie ball. Yeah. Tastes like a cafe mocha. But it kind of makes me smile. And I'm going to figure out why they call it a buzz ball. Or in just a little while. Yeah. Sitting around talking. Just me and my friend. When we make that little concoction, baby. Oh, that's when the good time begins. Do it as often as we can. This little get together with these friends of mine. Problem is, if we get together, we always run out of time. Oh, but it's always a good time, baby. Come on, come on. It's just that this time is the first time, not the last time. We had ourselves some Guinness and a Biggie ball.
Yeah.
That is phenomenal.
You're right.
done.
It's not that hard.
It's not, man. It's
Right.
you know, it's the story, and a couple of words have to rhyme every once in a while.
Right.
And
fantastic.
once you get comfortable with it, your head moves.
Yeah.
You think ahead of yourself. You know, and I always tell folks it's my party trick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
You know.
amazing.
Kevin,
What a
I
talent.
heard you say once in an interview that you find it important to use silence and space in your music to tell your story. I thought that was interesting. Can you explain a little bit about what that means and how you incorporate that?
See how that created tension?
Yeah.
Just then.
Yeah.
You know, it's a thing. A conversation isn't constant.
Yeah.
It's not constant sound.
Some dramatic pause or
Absolutely. That's
Bring
how we
emotion to
convey emotion sometimes. Sometimes you get so mad you can't say a word.
yeah.
Sometimes, and if you can build the music and you can create the moments, that silence is the best lyric. That silence is the best lick. And it's not that it just needed to be there. And there's not a lot of folks that are patient enough to allow that thoughtfulness of that.
Yeah.
You know, that's one of the reasons, like, sometimes when we read poetry,
Yeah.
it's best to have the author of the poem read it.
Yeah.
Because they know where they intended the words to land.
Sure.
When you read it, you go, oh, that's nice. But when they read it, you go, ooh, I get it.
That's cool.
And so, to me, that's how music should always be, especially blues, because it's so emotional. It's that, it's that thing that, it's kind of like, okay, the song In the Air Tonight.
Yeah.
So soft, so soft, so soft, so
Yeah.
soft. And then that little dramatic pause and that drum, man, and that gives everybody goosebumps.
Right.
And so in those moments, man, I mean, you realize the power of not only what it is that you're saying, but the sounds that are a part of what you're saying.
Yeah, cool.
There's a lot of, like, the scariest scary movies don't show you the scary. They let you imagine what the scary is, because whatever they were going to show you, it's not as scary as where your mind goes to, whatever's scary for you. And I'm sure when you play in front of, like, super educated blues and you leave out a note or a chord, they automatically connect it. They're like, I know he wanted to play that, and he left that for me to be part of this experience.
Well, I do that with a lot of other people's songs. Like, they played it right. I ain't them.
Yeah.
I never have to play it right. You take a song like this one. All right. There's no harmonica in this song. There's no harmonica in this song, but there's a bass line that's not going to be here. But as I play the song, I know it sounds funny, but I just can't stand the pain. Girl, I'm leaving you tomorrow. Seem to me, girl, you know I've done all I can. You see, I beg, stole, and I borrow. Yeah. Ooh, that's why I'm easy. Oh, I'm easy like Sunday morning. Yes, child, I am. I sit out. I'm easy. Yes, I am. I'm easy like Sunday morning.
Yeah.
So nice.
All right. So that bass line, that fill right there, dibbity-bibbity-boom.
Right.
That fill played in your head, and it wasn't going to exist. The silence allowed you to imagine it. You're familiar with the song, and that's it. When I'm playing solo shows, I use silence as the backing band. That's my backing track because it's in your head, and it makes my world. It makes me better than I am.
Kevin, I want to tell you, my youngest, who's 18 now, when he was 9 years old, you very graciously gave him your book and harmonica on how to play harmonica. Kevin has a book; it's out, but you can get it through Kevin's website too. Yeah,
it's called Just Play It. West Music Company is the They were the publisher.
And so my 18-year-old runs around and tells everybody that you taught him how to play harmonica.
I'll take that, man, all day.
So this leads me into this. You are an ambassador for the blues. Iowa, a lot of people don't believe this, but at one time, Iowa had more blues societies than the state of Texas. And it started out here. You going into the schools, you spreading the good word of the blues, letting the kids of Iowa know that there is blues history here, and now you've taken that out into the United States. Tell us a little bit about that.
It's wonderful. I always call it, I get to have the Scooby-Doo moment over and over again. I'm a blues singer from Iowa. Heads tipped to the side, Iowa. And they always say it the same way. It always comes out sounding like Scooby-Doo. Iowa, And a lot of people imagine that it's, the potatoes, right? No.
Right.
So it's a thing. Nobody knows who we are, where this place is. But honestly, the most beautiful thing is I'm halfway to everywhere as a touring artist. Being in the middle, I can do things that if I lived on one coast or the other, or top or bottom, it's hard to do this. In 4 hours, I'm in major market cities. But the gold mine is all those places that everybody else forgets to play in between those major cities. And when I figured that out, man, it made working make sense. This is the simple math of a musician. 100 times a year, I got to get 50 people in a room that are willing to hand me $20.
Right.
Well, I was going to ask Ray, like, I'm sure, Kevin, you know that, like, we started this pod with the name Deep Dive, and so it's a little bit about Midwestern dive bar culture. And, like, given your profession and, like, you've played all over the place, you're going to go to Romania, you're going to go to the Netherlands. Do you have any favorite stories from the road of awesome venues you've been to, or crazy, like, what's the weirdest gig you did? Can you
Weirdest
think of
gig. The weirdest gig I did, honestly, was at this place in kind of mid-northern Iowa.
Okay.
Up near a very popular lake-ish area. I won't say the name.
Okay.
Because a lot of folks go there.
1 of 3.
Yeah.
All right.
But there was this live music room on one side and a strip club on the other.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Right.
right.
So
And if they liked the band, they had a collapsible wall that they would pull out and you would play for the dancers. However, the dancers were not quality dancers. They were just, they fit what it was supposed to be.
Okay.
They had anatomically all of the parts.
Yeah.
right.
Would you say, man, I want to see their parts?
Right.
You know, and it was personal taste.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I did not want us to be very good that night.
Right.
Let's get,
Shut the wall. Shut
Let's
the
get out of
wall.
here.
Shut the wall. Shut the
get out
wall.
If you play not to get the girls, you won't get the girls.
And so
That's a strange gig.
That was a strange gig because it was let's make this not have a flow.
Okay.
That's all it was.
Right.
Because if we played song after song after song after song and the crowd got into it, and so that was one that I made sure that I did a lot of talking between songs.
Now, did you know the curtain was going to open beforehand, or was that a surprise to you mid-set?
I was told that if the dances, because they staggered the sets,
Right.
and so it was literally like the last 2 sets. Like you play short sets,
Right.
Because they wanted you to go between the 2 bars. They wanted you to go from room to room.
Yep.
Give the girls a break, and I didn't want to play that game. I didn't want to be a part of their show.
Well, this leads kind of a question I was going to ask you. I asked Dave Zolo this. I called it my Blues Brothers inspired question. I'm sure at some point in your journey, you found yourself in a venue for a gig, and you felt the audience was there for some different genre of music or something than what you had planned to play. And so my question is, if or when that's happened, do you just stick to your jam and play what you're going to play, or will you humor the crowd and give them a little rawhide or a free bird if they need it, or you just give them what you give them?
I always tell folks I only know one version of Freebird, and it's in sign language, and it's really short.
That's right. I think that's what Zolo said. I think Zolo gave us the same answer.
I only know one version of Freebird.
That's
man.
right.
Sometimes I do it for you twice.
Double.
Yeah.
Right. I think that answers
Never
that.
cost you a dime. And I've been doing that for years, man. And bottom line for me is you came for good music.
Yep.
That's my hope. And so, you might not dig. I get told more times than I don't. I'm not a big blues fan, but I like what you do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that just means, you haven't ventured into my part of the buffet before.
Sure.
Anybody can walk up to a buffet and go, man, I don't like any of the stuff that's on here. If they walk to the salad bar.
Yeah.
Man, all this stuff, oh man, I ain't eating on any of this stuff. But if you venture down the salad bar, then you show up to the sides and you show up to the main course and the proteins and all that. But if you just sat at that one spot, no, you're not going to see anything you like.
Yeah.
And let's say you find a few things that you think you might like, and it's not, all that. I went and got some broccoli, and I wasn't sure about it. But then if I go down a little farther, there's cheese sauce. And I put that cheese sauce on the broccoli. Oh my God, that's magical stuff.
Right.
And so bottom line is there's all kinds of different things to try. Blues is not just one shape, one form, one presentation. However, if somebody tells you this is the blues and you believe them and you have a horrible experience, that's what the blues is to you. It's a horrible experience. And that's not what the blues is, ever.
Along those lines, and you said a minute ago, you get the reaction of being from Iowa.
Yeah.
blues artists from Iowa. So there's famously Chicago blues, Kansas City blues, East Texas blues. What's Iowa blues?
For me, it's the conveyance of emotion. All of those folks have showed us that different chord forms don't make a difference. Different rhythms don't make a difference. It's still blues. What's missing a lot of times, and what makes their blues, the folks that did it and made it special, is that emotional component. You know,
Do you feel a little creative freedom to be an Iowa blues, and so you don't feel obligated to play a Chicago sound or a?
I can't.
Yeah.
I didn't grow up in it.
Yeah.
You know, but I can be
Gotta be
influenced
authentic.
by it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't grow up in Mississippi. Doesn't mean I can't be influenced by it. Didn't grow up in St. Louis. Doesn't mean that's not an influence. And so I've got 360 degrees of influence. And I didn't have a mentor in this that said, this is how it goes.
Yeah. Did you have influence? Like, who were your
Honestly, the
touchstones?
the dude that influenced me the most might be my father-in-law,
Okay.
a fellow named Tony Brown. Tony's a reggae musician.
All right.
But he's a reggae musician from Iowa. Mm-hmm. Watching him be welcomed into a folk art that has nothing to do with the state of Iowa.
Right,
Zero to do.
right.
We're as landlocked as anything. This is an island, roots music. And he's incredible. He got to tour with folks like Burning Spear, Bob Marley, and Peter Tosh, and Taj Mahal, all of these folks.
Wow.
And he's known inside of the music world as being that person that can morph into where it is and what it is. He was a person with a lot more confidence than I had when I was his age,
Okay.
And sometimes confidence
that's
can
what
get
it's all
you into
about.
trouble with other folks. Your
Yeah.
confidence,
Right.
And so as the baby in my family, you watch to learn always. And so you find out the mistakes that other people say they've made, and you don't allow yourself to make those mistakes. In this business, humility carries some weight. Cockiness also carries some weight. And even when somebody tells you that that's the best that they've ever heard, if you can't repeat it, then you ain't that good. That was a fluke.
Yeah.
And so that's the gauge that I've had to carry myself with. I work a job that's never done. Somebody says, man, that's the best I've ever heard that song sung. I have to, the next time they're in the room, if I do that song, I have to do it better.
Yeah.
Somehow. I don't know what it is, but I have to figure out a way to make them feel it differently, to hit a note that I didn't hit just right.
Yeah.
But I have to be conscious of it. It has nothing to do with anybody else. It has everything to do with the standard that I set for me.
I've got one more question.
Okay, yeah, go
with
ahead.
respect to venues. So I remember, like Ray, I think I probably ran across you, Kevin, sometime early '90s. I feel like maybe you performed at the Yacht Club a time or two. Is that true?
Once or twice.
The Blues Instigators
Once or twice.
at the Yacht Club. So I remember the Yacht Club. I remember the Mill. What's going on? What do we need to do in Iowa City to where do you play now? It feels like with the death of the Mill and the Yacht Club's kind of pivoted a little bit. What do we need to do to get a good music venue scene going back in Iowa City? Or where do you like to play and what do you miss?
Honestly, what I do here
Yeah.
is community-based. I do the Summer of the Arts stuff.
Yeah, downtown on the Ped Mall.
I do if people reach out to me and want me to play fundraisers,
Yep.
I try and make time for those things
Yep.
locally.
Yep.
Playing the venues, most of the venues are what I call, this is no knock on the venues because they're trying to stay afloat.
Sure.
I call them warm body venues. We don't do this for the money. We just do this because,
Bring people in.
Nobody runs a business not for the money. The reason that mom and pop stores get mad at Walmart is because they didn't make themselves into Walmart. But every mom and pop store that started up should have had aspirations of becoming Walmart. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with making money doing what you intended to do. My resume is not conducive to walking in and having to argue about what it should cost for me to perform here.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, so-and-so plays here for
XYZ. Yeah.
I'm not them. They don't exist without me. You have them list out their local influences.
Right.
You know, who they saw do this that made them think they could. You know, somehow, some way, we have to realize that sometimes antiques cost more than that brand new shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Amen. Well said. Amen. We're all collectors here, man. We're all vintage guys.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
an antique has a little more value than that new shiny thing, and I might not be much to look at, but I'm gonna make sure that you don't forget what you heard.
Right.
He used that silence before he said that, Brad, to
He
take
did.
you there emotionally.
Yeah. Absolutely.
See that, man?
I was
he
all
catching
in.
on, man. He quick.
I was all in.
So, Kevin, we only got a couple more minutes with you here. I want to talk about your last album. Thank you, Brother Bill.
Yeah, man.
And I also want to talk about what you got coming. So you have your vocal range is very similar to Bill Withers. I mean, you were right there with him. Tell us about your last album and what you got coming up.
So one of the fun facts that a lot of folks don't know about me, I actually made a pilgrimage to L.A. to meet Mr. Withers before he passed away a long time. It's early-ish in my career, and people filmed it as a documentary. And so I've been sitting on this documentary of me and Mr. Withers hanging out. But inside of the time that I was raising the money to go see Mr. Withers, I also did shows with Coco Taylor and B.B. King, and these documentary film guys got me opportunities to interview them too. Awesome. And so I've got this documentary of Kevin Burt doing, hanging out with these legends.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And it's a masterclass for me. I sit and look at it every few weeks
Right.
to remind myself of what I made a commitment to carry on. And it matters to me because Coco Taylor is like the coolest grandmother
Right.
that anybody could ever want.
Right.
B.B. King is B.B. King.
Right.
And then Bill Withers is cool personified. A soul that there's no punches pulled, there's no dishonesty, there's nothing more raw than somebody who's willing to tell you everything.
Right.
And the lessons I learned from Mr. Withers in that 2-hour conversation that was supposed to be 20 minutes. I just wanted to tell him thank you to his face.
Yeah.
I did. And so when he passed away, like after I met him, every 34th blue moon, I'd get an email. Hey, Big Kev, you still at it? Yes, sir. And that was the exchange. But that was enough to keep me moving forward, keep trying, keep pushing.
Yeah.
When he passed, I told him in our conversation that someday I was going to do a tribute to him. And he said, Big Kev, I want you to, because number one, it makes me money. Somebody else records my music, I get paid.
Right.
But number two, it means that what I had to say still has relevance.
Right.
And a whole nother generation is going to have to hear the words that I tried to get them to hear
Right.
a generation or two before.
Right.
And so the album is not me trying to do a create a tribute band to Bill Withers. It is a moment of he said, this was the last bit of advice that he gave me. He said, I want you to do it, but I don't want you to do it like I did it. I want you to do it like you do it. Just do it good. And so none of the songs are done so that I'm telling the story as if I was Bill Withers trying to tell the story. All of them there's a why for every one of the songs on the album, personally. Whether it's advice that I couldn't get from my father, whether it is an eye-opening moment about understanding emotions, whether it's a social commentary, but there was a lesson I learned from this song. And each one of them has a personal why. So it's my tribute to Bill Withers. And the last song on it is a song I wrote called Thank You, Brother Bill. And I literally sat in the studio and I put together this song that by the time I figured out what songs I was going to put into the album, I made reference to each of the songs, not necessarily in name, but in spirit, in the verses that I put together for Thank You, Brother Bill. You know, when I lost my grandma's hands, I leaned on you. I guess I always will. Guess what I'm trying to say is, thank you, Brother Bill. Stuff like that. You know?
Awesome.
And when my woman took my sunshine, you said the world would keep going round and round still. So I really need to tell you, thank you, Brother Bill. You know, without him, I wouldn't have that insight. You know, and so for me, it was a personal journey. Very worth it.
Yeah.
You know, the new album that I'm doing is the first time that I'm going to be put out into the world internationally solo. And so I did a song that I wrote for my daughters, but I wrote the song for them when they were 18 months and 4. And now they're 23 and 27.
Right.
And they both sing like angels. And so I asked them if they would join me in the studio.
Yeah.
Oh,
And so there's a song I wrote called Your Smile. But behind their backs, I wrote the next chapter. It's a song called Daddy's Smiling Too.
Right.
And it is, both of the songs are from a dad's perspective
Right.
kind of thing. But it makes reference to some points inside of their development that through conversation I found out were special moments for them.
Yeah.
Either positive or negative. But, you know, somehow we still made it through.
Yeah.
Now Daddy's smiling too.
Kevin, I tell you what, man. I used to listen to your radio show you had, and at 9 o'clock,
8:30.
8:30, you would play the song,
Your Smile.
and then you would tell your daughters time to go to bed,
Yeah.
and they would go to bed. Man, it was important to me too. That was a great song.
You know, I did that for every show that I did. The 170 episodes of my show, all at 8:30, had the song Your Smile. Every last one of them. Yeah, man.
Kevin, thanks for coming on today, man.
Man,
I
it was my
appreciate it.
pleasure.
been magical to have you,
Yeah.
man. Super.
My pleasure, my honor. The new album is going to be called This Trip, and it'll be coming out in August. And my goal with it is to, I'm trying to reach the debut slot of #1 on the Billboard Blues charts.
Let's go.
And I'm currently, next month, in May 7th, as a matter of fact, I'm headed to Memphis. I've been nominated for Acoustic Blues Artist of the Year. It's my
Fantastic.
4th time being nominated. The previous 3 times I've lost to Kevin Mo, which is all right.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
pretty.
The cool thing for me is everybody on that list I've been a fan of for more than 10
Yeah.
years. And so all of them had to, the first time I was on it, they had to look at it and go, who the hell is Kevin Burt?
Right.
Because I knew all of them, but none of them knew me.
Right.
And now I keep showing up. And so I got to meet Mr. Moore at the last Blues Music Awards. And I wanted to dislike him, but he's so nice.
Man, he's a good dude.
He's a remarkable person, man. And so, yeah, I mean, you put it in your mind, we competitors. You know, I'm an old athlete. You know, you don't like your people you play against.
Right.
But, man, I would take a bullet for him, man. He's a good dude.
Yeah.
Kingfish, Eric Gales was a part of that. Rihanna Giddens, who is up for Acoustic Blues Artist of the Year, and that's probably who I'm going to lose to, but that's cool. She's a couple Grammys.
Man, she
winner.
does banjo work. She's amazing.
Dog.
Right.
So, like I said, man, I'm consistently on a list of 5 that folks think is one of the best in the world
That's
right now.
fantastic.
And I'll take that. That's a W.
That's great. Well, you wanted to close us out with something really quick. I know we're up against time. You got one final send off for us?
Well, we'll do one of mine, man. This is a song called Real Love.
All right.
All right, it's an older one, but it's a good one. For you guys, man, to be able to get together as friends and just talk about the world, talk about the stuff around you, you know, to me, that's the thing that this song and the stuff is all about. It's that real love. It's if you didn't care, you wouldn't talk about it. And so, you know, this song, I was listening to a bunch of Santana
Okay.
when I wrote this, and I'm not Santana. That's the one thing I know. Now when you think about it, babe, it's been a long, long time searching for a love like you found in me. You kept asking for it, praying for it, hoping for it. And when you found it, baby, it wouldn't open up your eyes so you could see. I was right here, my dear, ready to give you more. Still, I had so much in store. You never needed enough. Open up your eyes and be glad we found each other and a real love, baby. Said a real love, a kind of love that we should hold on to. It's a real love, baby. Well, well. Oh, it's the kind of love I want to share with nobody else but you. And when I think about it, babe, it's been a long, long time searching for a love like I found in you. I kept asking for it, praying for it, hoping for it. And when I found it, babe, I wasn't sure what it was that I was supposed to do. But now I'm older now, wiser now, and I understand some way, somehow, I got to keep you, baby, here in my life. I never needed another. I finally understand why there is no need to look no further for real love, baby. Said a real love, the kind of love that we should hold on to. It's a real love, baby. Well, well. Oh, it's the kind of love I want to share with nobody else but you. Yeah, yeah. And when we think about it, baby, oh, we spent a long, long time searching for a love like we found in one another. But there are questions we both know we need to ask ourselves. For either one of us should go on any further. Are we dreaming about the future, stuck living in the past? Baby, these are the questions both of us know we afraid to ask. And I don't know, honey, I don't want no other. And I'm so glad, child, we finally found each other in a real love, baby. Said a real love, the kind of love that we should hold on to. It's a real love, baby. Well, well. Oh, it's the kind of love I want to share with nobody else but you. I said, now, day-o, summer-day-o, mambo-G-I-O, I don't look any further, I say it's strange when you think of the chances that we'd both be in this state of mind, too cool to be careless. We looking for the right things, oh, baby. Don't you look no further, I say, day-o, summer-day-o, mambo-G-I-O, Well, don't you look no further, I say, day-o, summer-day-o, summer-yo-I-o, oh, 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 yeah, 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 oh.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kevin.
Kevin, thanks
Amazing.
so much for being with us, man. Thanks so much you do for the community. Thanks for being an awesome person. Please give my best to Mrs. Nicole for letting you stay a little bit longer. I know you guys had plans today.
We'll get there, man.
If you want to buy Kevin's music or see where he's going to be, it's kevinburtmusic.net. That has all of his scheduling on it. There's music that you can purchase from him. Please, in May, tune in, buy his music. Let's get him to the top of the charts.
Hey, man, I was going to say, man, I want to encourage everybody. Make sure you do everything you can to enjoy the buffet, man. I mean, there's so much. Everybody that's out there trying to do what they can to create opportunities for people to have something to do. You know, get out, make a decision. Don't let your couch win all the time, man. And you know, enjoy the buffet. There's a lot of good music out there. It's not just about me. It's about everybody. Nobody's trying to do this because they don't want to do something that makes a difference. And so, give them an opportunity. All right.
Yeah. Great words.
So,
Hear, hear.
big love, everybody.
Thanks, Kevin. Appreciate it.
Thanks,
Love,
Kevin.
man.
Amazing.
Big love.